Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do a 1 week postpartum and 1 week baby update for you all. Callie is currently sleeping, so I'll grab her at the end of this video and show you guys her. But I'll start with my postpartum update. I'm officially 1 week postpartum today, and postpartum has to be the most difficult thing ever. Because one, you're recovering from birth, and two, you're just emotional and you're physically exhausted and mentally exhausted, and now you're caring for this new human being. So I had a C-section, and I'm going to be doing a whole birth story. That'll probably be the next video that publishes, to explain why I ended up with a C-section. But basically, I was in labor for about 46 hours before having a C-section. So I didn't give birth vaginally, but I was close to giving birth vaginally, went through all the laboring, and then ended up with C-section. And after that, I was obviously exhausted. So let's just start with the physical part of everything. The first couple days were really hard just because I couldn't really get up out of bed super well without assistance. I couldn't get up and grab Callie and bring her back into bed. It was really uncomfortable. I've just been taking ibuprofen. I actually pretty much have stopped taking that, maybe just right before bed. I didn't want to take any narcotics or things like that, just because one, I felt like my pain was manageable, and two, I just didn't want to be foggy taking care of her. Nothing against taking narcotics for surgery pain and things like that. Just for me, I just took ibuprofen, and within 12 hours of getting my C-section, once everything wore off medication wise, I was up and walking and doing well. So physically I actually feel really well. I'm not really having a whole lot of pain. My incision, which I'll show you here in a bit, is looking good, I guess. And the only real pain that I have as far as the C-section goes is just the incision site. Sometimes if I've been laying still for a while and then I try to get up, it feels like it's ripping open. I know it's not ripping open, but that's just how it feels. Otherwise, breastfeeding is going super well. My milk came in at about day 4, and every day has gotten easier. They make breastfeeding sound like it's going to be this really natural thing, and it is to an extent, but it's a learning process for both you and your baby. And I know every mom is different, but it did take us kind of a little bit to learn each other and each other's cues and how to breastfeed. And so now that my milk has come in, I feel like I'm producing enough for her, and it's gotten a lot easier. Every single day has gotten a lot easier, and that's the biggest thing I can say is if you are about to be postpartum, if you've never been postpartum, every day gets a little bit easier. Emotionally, I'm doing well. Not so many random crying moments. I still have those moments, especially those first few days after. I was just processing everything that went on with her birth, and just being exhausted and anxiety over now I'm taking care of this new human being. Not sleeping well, one, because she's up a lot during the night, and two, even when she's sleeping, I'm just worried about her. And that has gotten better each night with just kind of learning more of her cues and routine and kind of how things are working, I guess. But I feel like I'm doing pretty well. We went out on a walk yesterday, trying to get back into a routine, and postpartum is seriously, is no joke. And I feel like it's not talked about enough, because it's oh, there's this new baby, we're so happy, but it's really hard. You're really tired, you're exhausted, physically you're exhausted, emotionally you're exhausted, and it's just crazy. And I can't even imagine having a second baby right now and trying to take care of your other kid while taking care of a newborn. Obviously that'll probably change as time goes on, but it's crazy. So we've been really lucky to have lots of help and support as far as people bringing us meals. Jesse's been home, so we've had each other the whole time, and it's been great. So let me show you my incision, and then I will do Callie's 1 week update. If you're a little squeamish, may not want to watch this part, there's purple glue on the incision, so it looks worse than it actually is, but it's just the glue. So here's my tummy, my 1 week postpartum tummy. And there is my incision. And one last thing, I'm not sure how much I weigh, but I'm pretty sure I'm at least back to my pre-pregnancy weight, if not less. I have just shed off weight these past couple days. I'm not swollen anymore, except my stomach. It's a little bit swollen, and that will kind of go down as time goes on. But my legs are skinnier than I've ever seen before. It's actually quite crazy. I was like, I've never had legs this skinny, and I just think I've lost a lot of muscle and I'm losing all my fat and all the extra fluid, so that's fun. So now let me go get Callie and I will do her 1 week update. Okay, and I got Callie now to do her 1 week update. She's sleepy. Let me see if I can kind of show you guys her little face. Oh jeez, it's okay. She's like, guys, I'm trying to sleep, but I'm just gonna hold her here. So she was 8 pounds 14 ounces when she came out, 20.5 inches long, and at her pediatric appointment a couple days after, she was 8 pounds 6 ounces, and so they were happy with that, that she just lost a little weight, but nothing like an abnormal amount. All her tests have been totally 100% perfect. She passed her hearing. Her bilirubin levels when we left the hospital were low risk, and she got a little jaundice, the pediatrician said, but nothing to where he felt concerned about checking her levels. They would check it at the 2 week appointment. And so they said at her first appointment that she looked wonderful and great. She has been eating super, super well. The first couple of days breastfeeding were not a struggle, I would say. She latched super well when she would latch. It was just getting her to latch without like freaking out first and being too upset. Or she has such a strong rooting reflex that it's like, it's hard to like try and control her head because she's like, just like, you know, fishing for a nipple. So she's been eating about every hour and a half to 3. Our longest stretch, I think, was about 3.5 hours. That was actually last night. I finally got like a 3-hour stretch of sleep, and I woke up today and I was like, I feel amazing. It's been hard for me to sleep because I'm just so anxious over, I think I already said that, I don't know. Sorry, I'm tired. But she obviously hasn't like slept through the night at this point. It wouldn't be good for her to not eat at least a little bit through the night. But she's having a lot of wet diapers, a lot of dirty diapers, so I know she's getting enough. And this girl can eat, and you can kind of see in her cheeks that she likes to eat, huh? So my nickname is Sweet Cheeks because I've got sweet cheeks. But she's been doing great. The first couple nights were a little rough. I felt like we didn't really know her yet. One, I was recovering from a C-section, so that was hard. But just learning each other's cues and what works for her, what she means by certain things, and kind of just figuring each other out. And now breastfeeding is going so much better as far as she latches on right away. She eats really well. She's eating about 10 to 15 minutes each time, and then she kind of passes out and it is good. We've been trying to kind of create just like a bedtime routine. Not that we expect her to sleep through the night or really expect much at this point because we know she's just figuring out her schedule, but we have a special swaddle that we've been using at night. We've given her a little sponge bath every other night to kind of just clean her up, and that seems to help. And then feed her right before bed, change her, wrap her in her nighttime swaddle, and we've been using white noise. So we're trying to kind of create like this sleeping environment for her versus awake environment for her, and she seems to be doing well with that. I guess she's a really good baby. I mean, I don't think babies can be bad at this point. I mean, how can you be a bad baby? But she's really consolable. Like when she does cry, she has a reason to cry. She's not just crying because she's like wants to cry, which I guess no baby really does. She'll cry like if I'm trying to like feed her and I'm not like quick enough, or if we're changing her, things like that. But you pick her up and she's really easy to console. So I'm thankful that she doesn't seem to be colicky. She's fine if we set her down, as long as she's, you know, fed and happy, and that could change. We'll see, but for now she's doing well. So we have an appointment at 2 weeks and we'll see how much she weighs. But other than that, she's perfect. She's doing well. And you've got dog hair on your face. Yeah. Oh, you guys smile. Anyways, that is my postpartum update and Callie's 1 week update. And we'll see you guys in our next video. Bye.